Okay, we're going to grab some cards for Brandy's past life read, and she wanted about her parents. So we're going to get on that. Paid list is open. Kim, if you put up that blurb while I'm gathering the decks, that'd be great. Just so people could know, but... That's a little bit of a surprise. Okay. All right. Let me get some of these moved a little bit out of the way. This tray has got to go. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm flipping this down. So far, we've got a person A, a person B. There's something about the energy in the story here. And then I've got a couple of decks. I love these ones for past lives, but these ones are also calling. So it's like, we'll see when we get go in here. These ones are calling strong. Yeah, wow. The Persephone's Tarot is calling really strong. We'll see what's going on with that. Okay, we're going to get into it and see what's coming through on the mix. Oh, I moved this basket. Hang on. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put this up for a minute so we can see. But what we're getting here is something about the environment that they're in and the environment the parents are in. I'm getting person A, person B. What I'm getting is, on this one, the word infection is coming through very, very strong, a sickness and an illness. And then a little bit of, we've got activist and rebel. Now, this isn't about the time. The era that keeps coming through is more this kind of era, you know? A romantic ages kind of era that's coming through. The other one, we're getting branding, something about like branding, and I'm not talking marketing branding, I'm talking a mark. There's some kind of marking, so there's something that's going on there. A little bit of hypochondria on this one side, branding on the other. Somebody was meant to do something that was very, very revolutionary. It left a mark. It's important. There's something about the falling in love, and then there's like you can see the CULT word. I don't know if they like that on here, but and companionship coming in. Saintly, 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 savior of hero. Okay, we're getting something about the woman that dreams really big, and looks for somebody else to be the hero, looks to buck the system in order to be the hero, to follow this fellow. So we're piecing what's coming through mom's side, dad's side. It feels like mom was super gooey about dad going into things and almost had this as her escape, as this whatever her life had been. Dad was the big escape. Dad was everything that she hoped for, but something's on its side. She's not very well grounded. She's a little bit lost in her mind. Lost in her mind is what I'm getting. Now let's see what else is going on here. If we can get some of the rolls coming through here. All right, and on her side, we're getting solitude. A lot of time spent alone in her own mind, a lot daydreaming this. Again, this is coming through here. It's coming through here. And then looking at him as such the hero, such the hero. It's almost like she's perfectly set and waiting for the hero to come marching through, bring something through. What's going on his side? It feels like he has work to do, serious work to do because of some kind of mark or scar, something like that. There's something that He learned in his youth, a marking in his youth, something that he learned that he needed to take on and tackle in his youth. So whether he's heroic or warrior or doing really good, almost like activism, breaking down boundaries, breaking down walls, this kind of thing, whatever this is that he's pulled towards, drawn towards, she's swept up in it, but she's swept up in this dreamy of a thing. And she's not very grounded. Now, what's coming in? High Priestess energy, the Sorcerer, Six of Cups. Ooh. It feels like he adores her quite a bit, but then he feels manipulated. It feels like this felt like even exchange, and then this Sorceress and High Priestess. There's some kind of manipulation going on here that goes in the story. Now, let's see what else is going on. Yeah, we're to here now. Golden Wheel. I want to see what's going on in the story. Wow. Okay, I'm going to flip down to the cards so you can see what's going on. Flipping down to the cards, flipping down to the cards. We've got this one season, this one enchanted season where things were really, really excited. This is the energy of your mom coming through quite strongly. There's something that's happened. There was a celebration that was turned upside down. This is how she sees the dad. This is how your dad is seen by her. And there's a grieving that happens. Something that's turned on his head, a celebration. A very excitement. What I'm getting through here and what I'm getting over here, don't know why this is coming through this way. But what I'm kind of getting is this dreaming thing. And then the boy that comes through, And there's the dad. I want to know more about the boy that comes through. Because I had this feeling that there was a boy that came through, a boy that was hoped for. Does he actually come through? No. Okay, what I'm getting is right. What I'm feeling and what I was getting as I was, what I'm getting is there's something about this. Your mom was super excited, and it feels like there's a pregnancy that was a boy that was either lost very young or miscarried. There's work from the dad. There's some kind of, this is not good energy. In this particular, this is not good energy afoot. There's trickery afoot going on. What's going on with this? There's freedom and release, and it feels like that your mom thought that if she had this boy, then this would be great. And there was huge excitement. There was youthful maiden energy coming through. There's freedom, but there's also something that is a time of war that your dad is having to address. And her having a boy was exciting for her. She was very excited that she would be having a boy. It feels like this boy is lost. How? Okay, we've got the dad's away doing something that is the war, the battle, the cause, the higher cause, in the ranks doing the higher cause, stressful for the mom. And then this is how she ends up very, very bitter. He feels isolated. She feels isolated. How's the boy lost? It feels like, yeah, let's see. It feels like the boy is lost. It feels like there's a sharpness to it, a sharpness to it, a sharpness to it. I don't think that he was there when your mom was delivering. I think she delivered it early. This feels like she delivered it early. Very, very sharp. Baby dies. Very, very sharp. Nobody there to help. Wanting for the person, but the person is gone. He's off doing his thing. And he's not wrong to be doing it. Wow. There's extreme loss for the maiden. Extreme. All of this joy, all of this excitement, everything that was her hopes and dreams, and she thought everything fulfilling would happen if only she could bring this son forward, is huge. She feels like there's some kind of trick and like there will be more. And what happens? on his side. Yeah, there is something. There's something at odds. There's something that has gone at odds and that he took too long. Something at odds over there. Sent messages. Messages weren't received. Ugh. These come in as what they're, the words are tricky to come to without. It feels like your mom went crazy. It feels like she lost her freaking mind. It's more than just the grief of this baby and the grief of this baby coming too early and him not being there. Huge grief. What happens next? We're seeing another pregnancy coming in for the mom. This feels a little bit different. This feels a little bit further beyond that. Another pregnancy coming in for the mom. But I don't know that she's quite sane. There's a reprieve, a period of reprieve. There's something that is broken and fractured between them that happens after this. And oh no, it's a girl. Here we see the boy and the girl, and it feels like that the boy was lost, the girl came in, and it feels like the girl came in as the gift, and mom is still bonkers. She's still grieving the loss of the boy. She's not excited to be having a girl. She wants a boy. The boy was mission complete, success. And instead she's getting a girl, and that feels like that's not what she wanted. No, I want to bring in what's going for you. Let's go here. What's going on here? Miscarried. Miscarried, died at birth. That's a brother. Ooh. K. For whatever reason, it feels, we've got here in the cards, miscarried, died at birth. This is what's flashing. And saboteur and destroyer are coming through here. This is how she sees you, as destroying her happy, because you're not a boy. There's a lot of jealousy, a lot of anger about this, and it's not your fault that you're not a boy in this life, but it feels like the child that survived was supposed to be the boy in her plan, and she has zero room for it being different. It feels like if you had been born a boy, she would have hated you less. You still wouldn't have been the first boy, the one that all of her heart was sunk into. But there is a resentment, a deep resentment. It feels like on this side, it's not that dad has a problem. In fact, when dad comes through, it feels like he comes through, picks you up, swings you around, that kind of doting father. Doting really isn't home a lot of the time, but when he is there, apple of his eye type of thing. But she feels out in the cold, and she feels like she has to compete. There's something about here. There's a karmic lesson in this. I don't know what. This one's coming through, and it feels like your mom wants to leave the situation, but she feels trapped. She feels trapped by circumstance. There's gifts all around for you. There is protection around you. Big time protection around you. It feels like the boy that didn't come through comes through as a protector for you in this particular lifetime, in what we're seeing here in the cards. And I'm feeling like this is about 1500s. This feels like she is always away. She's always away, mentally somewhere away. Something broken. She's always like trying something, it's beyond what would be alcohol. She's trying something, always drinking something, drinking something, drinking something, always wanting to do something. Always, she suffers from something that feels like not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. And it very, yeah, all right, yeah. Again, come back here. Show you this. These are all her, all her, all her. What comes through is the archetype of the Snow White jealous queen energy. It feels like you are a reminder to her of not only how she failed, but the youth that she has missed, because she fell in love really young. She got attached with this guy that she hero worshipped. Then she didn't succeed in what she thought was what she was supposed to do. And she's always lost in this. She feels outside because she can't bring the boy. She keeps trying to do things, to take things. She's going to drink from an empty well forever. Well, maybe not forever, but for a long time. Yeah, forever chasing the cups, drinking from the empty well. Again, we've got this coming through, and there's something about this death that just haunts, won't let go, won't let go, won't let go. Everything that was her aspiration was pinned to this boy child. I think something changed within her mind when this child was lost. Like literally, it feels like the brain chemistry changed. And I don't know that she can unchange it, but it feels like a lot of resentment and bitter. She feels like if she would have had the boy survive, then she would have been fine and everything would be confirmed that it's right. That was like the sign from the divine, or call it what you want. In her mind was that boy. Was the golden child, the golden boy. And that would have cemented things. Now that she blames the loss of the child for why your father is gone, why your father is gone, why your father is gone. You come through very ambitious. Here you are, coming through super ambitious, ready to take things on, ready for adventure. Yeah, with a lot of wisdom. And, oh, she hates that. There's something about, it feels like in the maternal line, an energy of wisdom, an energy of grace coming through that's trying to protect you, help you be inspired, help you be in tune, help you be in touch. And she doesn't like that either. Because she doesn't like the home that she had. She doesn't like her home of origin. What's going on with this? What else do we need to know? It feels like until she's willing to stop condemning herself, she's going to repeat the cycle, is what it feels like. And she's so condemning herself. She bought into somebody else's requirement that this is what you're required to do to bring forward, and you have utterly failed if you haven't done this. And that's what she's bought into. Looking down here, looking down here. She was gifted with 2 children, with the experience of having the boy and then having the girl. And it's very much like she feels abandoned by the universe, and the children feel abandoned by her. The higher judgment, the higher lesson is to return to self even through the maze. And again, it feels like everybody's walking at odd times, walking through things at odd times, trying to move through things at times that don't suit. Looking forever towards and for something else. Looking forever is such a big word. Looking for something else. Looking. Until she quits condemning herself and understands what this is. Until she understands what this is, she can't let go. There's something about this that's going to take a while for transformation here. And the yellow bird on this card is coming out. And I have no idea what the yellow bird is about. Yellow bird isn't necessarily for her, The yellow bird is more representative for you. There's things that happen around her all the time. Here's the yellow bird. This is what we got. You came through very much ready to add strength, to fortify, to bring strength and bring courage, but it's not something she's able to accept in this particular lifetime. It is a lesson that over time will be repeated, and this is some kind of very strong connection between you and she. There will come a time, I don't know if it will be in this lifetime, when the girl child is seen. The girl child is seen. Now, this is Sun card, and you can see how I've done this. The girl child is actually in this. That's how I've dressed this. That's how this child comes through. The girl child will finally be seen as the asset. There's something about the yellow bird, yellow feathers, and there's something about caged bird trapped in a circumstance that doesn't last forever. It doesn't last forever. But in this particular lifetime, when we're looking into, it feels like she bought into the story that you have to have this boy child. If you don't have this boy child, you failed. That's what it feels like. And it feels like it's been pushed. Yeah, I think she knew the power of acquisition that would come by having the male child, the male heir, all of that. And I think that she bought into that so heavily. And then it's like the brain rewired. Now, what goes on after that for the rest of this? Her, him, in between. Let's see what's going on. Going back down to the cards. There is a little bit of give and take that comes in as she gets older. This is she lives a long time, but she's almost paralyzed in her mind by what she's taken and what she's done and the belief system, but she softens a little in time, a little. There's a little bit more of gifting going on. They're still battling. There's doting and loving the way that you understand truth, understand priority, understand what dad had to do, dad had to deal with, dad had to go through. It feels like, I don't know what they would have called it back then. Certain times we have, in modern times we have people that are special forces, or they're on military assignment, or they're on certain assignment, whether they're in one of the alphabet companies or whatever. It feels like this is something that was like special assignment that had to be honored. And that was part of the brand, part of the mark, part of the reason that she thought it was so great in the beginning. But living with it was hard to deal with. Living with whatever was your dad's calling was hard to deal with. The strength is there. You were meant to help temper this. Do you do it in the older years? It doesn't soften much in the older years is what I'm getting. She's looking for something that feels like security, tradition. And until she gets beyond the tradition and the traditional core value, until she can quit condemning anything outside that circle, it still feels very, very tight, very small. It feels like in this one, what I'm seeing is that in this one, you go forward and you have actual grandkids, but she's just oblivious in that particular lifetime. She feels like obsessed to the point of Fruit Loops in that lifetime, and it feels like it's diminished, but it's not done running its course. It feels like eventually it will soften, but it's going to take a while. And by a while, I mean probably beyond this lifetime, the one that you're currently in, because this was so deeply etched in her. And there is something in her that is a very this is what's coming through. In this past lifetime, she felt so victimized by that death that she has carried that and worn that, and that left just as big of a mark on her, just as big of a mark on her. What else is in here? It feels like she'll play victim for a few lifetimes yet to come. Yeah. I'm getting, and I gave. That's how she feels. She feels like she gave up her youth, and she gave, and nobody ever understands how much she's given, and nobody understands the greatness of her loss. And I gave. From her point of view, she's given everything that she can give and more again and again and not gotten the reward. And she doesn't understand that she's been being given to all along. She doesn't see it that way yet. She can't see it that way till she quits condemning herself and viewing herself as a victim. She just can't see it that way. She feels like she lost her strength. If she would have been allowed a little bit more time before making her choices, but she never allows herself to make more. It feels like the pattern for her is not allowing herself time to make choices, so she makes foolish choices in her youth to go to security, to go to what feels like security, to escape one situation, to go to security, and then security disappoints, and she's looking for somebody else to provide security, never really looking within to get accountable, to get the version of her that can be victor instead of victim. Anything else about your dad? We're getting the liberation card. This is coming through as you. This is coming through as him. Still strong bonding there. Very, very much. This is coming through as Five of Cups, the grieving of the absence and the liberation. Oh, there will come a time when there will come a time when the roles will crisscross. There will come a time when the roles will crisscross in some way. Yes. I don't know how, I don't know why, and it's not going to happen here. What I'm getting, as in lifetimes to come, the roles will crisscross. So the understanding of the mother, the dad will be the mother, and the mother will be the dad. They'll get to role reverse and change the space. It'll change the dynamic. That's how the dynamic gets recast. It's almost like a die has been cast for a period of time until it resets. What the heck? Yeah. What comes through? He's prepared and ready to do whatever it takes to liberate. There is something that feels very strong soul contract between the three of you. The fourth coming through, the fourth coming through, the fourth coming through. This is the brother. Does the brother come through? He does. I'll show you. This is you. This feels like brother. Brother comes through younger. There will be a time when the roles have completely changed. This is cuckoo. It feels like dad will be mom. Mom will be dad. Baby brother will come as the second born, not as the firstborn. You come through as the eldest. And this is what, I wouldn't say corrects, but helps heal the path. This doesn't feel like this has happened before. It feels like it's on the way to this. So, yes. As you work and honor the divine feminine with you, and as you love your mom for the flaws anyway, love her through the flaws, it doesn't mean you have to be weaker. It just means accept and understand and set aside. And even if you have to, like, okay, lead your own life separate from her, whatever. There comes a time when these roles shift, like radically shift, upside down, turned around, so that the understanding can come. Anything else? What I'm getting is your dad comes through as the hero, always the hero, and very heroic in every time he's come through. There is some kind of really strong bonding and contract, and I'm getting at least 4. I'm getting mom, dad, you, brother. There may be more, but they are the principal keepers of what this unit is supposed to be like. There's certain assignments, certain curriculum and contracts that need to be made. Your mom, on the lifetime that we read in and that we saw the crazy, it's lasted until it will last until it lasts. It will last until it's done. The yellow bird energy coming through again. Look for the sunshine. Look for anything that is joyful and follow what is joyful to you. Understand that there is energy and messages coming through. There's something golden about this. It feels like you have the strength, your dad has the strength to do this until you cross roles. It's not cross paths, it's swap roles. That's what's coming through. It's wild. I don't think I've ever seen it go this way. Where yeah, there is a huge and profound and deep love that he felt for her back then that is bigger than the daily gripe and complain. There is a victory for him yet to come when this switch happens. Anything else? And this is how the transmuting happens. This is the alchemy of it all. This is the alchemy of it all. It's when it switches. It's when that switches. I'm asking, is this the last time that you play in these roles? Is this the last? Yeah, I'm getting something that's like a deep, deep, deep blue. It's like it's showing me fabric, deep, deep, deep blue, expression, expression, expression that hasn't been allowed. And it feels like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It feels like deep, deep blue that fades, 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 and lightens. And it's like, this is a deep groove that's been worn through. And it does feel like this is the last time that it will come through in this way. Feels like you and your brother come through in different birth order in the future. And it feels like your parents come through in the opposite gender in the future. That is wild. And it feels like this time is the last time that you will be playing these roles. So take the lessons that you can from this, take the gifts that you can from this, and understand that we are always evolving. That's as wild as it gets. That is crazy wild. Yeah, that feels complete. It feels like very well understood. There is gifting, again, from the maternal line that wants to come through. There is, it feels like little brother and somebody on the maternal line that understands this, understands what would happen. Oh, darn it. What would happen in such a big situation. That's what it feels like. All right, that's complete.